In the world of American coins, some pieces carry a story so powerful that they immediately stand apart from the rest, and the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial John F. Kennedy half dollar is one of those rare treasures. This coin was struck to commemorate the 200th anniversary of American independence, a celebration unlike any other, and it bore not just the portrait of President John F. Kennedy, but also the pride of a nation coming together in the spirit of history and freedom. Unlike the regular half dollars minted year after year, this bicentennial edition stood as a symbol of 2 centuries of progress, sacrifice, and unity, and that makes it an irresistible attraction for collectors who value not just metal and design, but also the weight of history. What makes the bicentennial Kennedy half dollar so fascinating is the unique dual date, 1776 to 1976, inscribed on the obverse beneath Kennedy's dignified profile. Unlike other coins, this one immediately tells you that it was born for a moment of commemoration, not just circulation. On the reverse, instead of the usual presidential seal, it carries an image of Independence Hall, a powerful and deeply moving design choice that connects the coin directly with the roots of the American nation. This switch in design was a deliberate attempt to mark the bicentennial celebration as something extraordinary, and it worked perfectly. For Americans, the coin became not just money, but a keepsake, something to hold on to as a memory of 200 years of liberty. For collectors today, this makes the coin even more desirable, because when you hold it, you're holding a piece of living history that millions of families tucked away in drawers and boxes instead of spending. Now, while millions of bicentennial Kennedy half dollars were produced, not all are created equal. The majority can still be found in circulation or in ordinary collections, but what separates the truly valuable ones are their minting errors, special strikes, and rare conditions. Some coins were struck in 40% silver for collectors, and those have always been more appealing. But among them, the error coins and proof strikes are the ones that electrify the auction houses. Imagine a coin with a double die strike, or one struck on the wrong planchet, or even a pristine proof that has survived decades without a single scratch. Those are the ones collectors chase with unmatched passion. When these rarities make their way to an auction, the room is buzzing with anticipation because everyone knows these are not just coins, but treasures that rarely come back to market. Auction houses across the country have seen the bicentennial Kennedy half dollar fetch extraordinary prices. Stories abound of collectors walking into auctions with modest expectations, only to be shocked as bidding wars broke out for a flawless or error version of the coin. Some of these pieces have been described as museum quality, their brilliance preserved as though they had just left the mint yesterday. The excitement is contagious, and whether you're in the room or watching online, you can feel the energy rise with each bid. Repeatedly, these coins have proven that they are more than just nostalgic reminders of America's bicentennial. They are serious collector investments with values that climb year after year. What really fuels the value of this coin is not just rarity, but also the connection to President John F. Kennedy himself. His legacy, combined with the bicentennial moment, creates a powerful double impact for collectors. The tragic and beloved story of JFK adds emotional weight to the already historic design. Collectors don't just see a coin. They see a leader, a celebration, and a milestone in American history, all condensed into one shining half dollar. That's why when one of these rare bicentennial Kennedy half dollars crosses the auction block, bidders are not only buying silver or rarity, they are buying meaning, history, and prestige. Collectors and auctioneers alike have witnessed these coins repeatedly break expectations. They have been described as once-in-a-lifetime finds, and every auction appearance is a reminder that their demand is growing stronger as time goes on. From serious numismatists to casual enthusiasts who stumble upon one in a family collection, the appeal is universal. Many families who saved them as keepsakes during 1976 never imagined that some of these coins could one day be worth tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the magic of numismatics. The ordinary transforms into the extraordinary when rarity and history intersect. And now comes the part that leaves people speechless. While most bicentennial Kennedy half dollars are worth only a few dollars, the rarest and most exceptional examples, those error coins and proof strikes that turn heads at every auction, have been sold for staggering amounts. At their peak, some of these coins have reached values between $22,620 and an astonishing $271,180. Imagine that. a coin that was once worth 50 cents, struck to honor America's 200th birthday, now commanding the kind of price usually reserved for luxury cars or even houses. That is the incredible journey of the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial John F. Kennedy half dollar, a coin that continues to shine bright in auctions and collector showcases across the world. In the fascinating world of rare American coins, there are certain pieces that hold stories far beyond their face value. And the 1982 D. John F. Kennedy half dollar is one of those special treasures that collectors dream of discovering. While most people think of half dollars as ordinary change that circulates without much notice, the 1982 D stands apart for many reasons that make it both mysterious and highly sought after in the world of numismatics. At first glance, it may look like any other Kennedy half dollar, but hidden within its history and the few remarkable examples that exist lies the reason why it has repeatedly caught the attention of collectors and driven competitive energy at auction after auction. The year 1982 itself marked a shift in U.S. coinage history. The U.S. Mint did not issue official mint sets that year, which means that collectors who would normally preserve pristine coins directly from the mint had no easy way to acquire uncirculated examples. This lack of mint sets immediately created scarcity, especially for half dollars minted in Denver with the D mint mark. Over time, finding coins that survived in gem condition became increasingly difficult, and that scarcity fueled collector demand. The 1982 D. Kennedy half dollar therefore carries with it an aura of rarity, not because it was never made, but because finding one in exceptional condition is nearly impossible. That difficulty in preservation is what has transformed an ordinary 50-cent piece into a star of numismatic auctions. The design of the coin is classic and iconic, featuring the dignified portrait of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, created by Gilroy Roberts. On the reverse is the presidential seal designed by Frank Gasparo, with a heraldic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, a proud symbol of American strength and peace. But while the design remained unchanged from previous years, the scarcity of well-preserved 1982 D strikes gave the coin a special place in collector circles. Many people who encountered these coins in circulation treated them as normal change, meaning most examples became worn and lost their collector value. The few that escaped heavy handling now command incredible respect and astonishing prices whenever they appear at auction. What makes the 1982 D. Kennedy half dollar even more exciting is the discovery of rare varieties and errors. Some examples display doubling, planchet flaws, or striking issues that set them apart as one-of-a-kind pieces. These kinds of mint errors always light up the auction room because seasoned collectors understand just how rare they are and how unlikely it is that another will appear again soon. Each auction featuring a high-grade or error 1982 D half dollar turns into a competitive battleground, with bidders eager to add a piece of history to their collections. The thrill of watching bids climb higher and higher underscores the fact that rarity and demand together create a perfect storm in numismatics. Auctions have repeatedly shown that the 1982 D is far more than just a 50-cent piece. It is a numismatic phenomenon. When collectors see one graded in mint state 65 or higher, the excitement is palpable because these coins are the cream of the crop, the survivors of an era when few people thought to save them. Every time one of these rare half dollars appears in an auction catalog, the anticipation grows, and when the live bidding begins, the energy in the room surges. Collectors know they are competing for something that may not surface again for years, and the prices realized often leave audiences stunned. What makes this coin especially significant is not just its rarity, but also its enduring connection to John F. Kennedy himself. His image on the coin continues to remind Americans of his leadership, legacy, and the tragic loss that shocked the nation. Pairing that powerful legacy with the unusual scarcity of the 1982 D issue only intensifies collector interest. It is not just a coin. It is a piece of American history preserved in metal, a bridge between a turbulent past and the thriving collector market of today. The 1982 D. Kennedy half dollar has proven time and again that it is not an ordinary coin. Auction after auction demonstrates the incredible demand for this issue, as collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums to secure one in pristine condition or with remarkable minting errors. The market continues to recognize its value. And those lucky enough to own one of the finest examples hold not just a coin, but a treasure that tells a story of rarity, history, and prestige. And now, the moment that leaves collectors amazed. While many 1982 D. Kennedy half dollars may be worth only face value in circulated condition, the rarest examples, those error coins, proof-like strikes, and high-grade survivors that have dazzled audiences at auctions, have commanded staggering amounts. Some of these coins have realized values between $22,620 and an astonishing $129,180. Imagine holding a simple half dollar, minted in Denver in 1982, that could sell for the price of a luxury car. That is the extraordinary legacy of the 1982 D. John F. Kennedy half dollar, a coin that continues to shine as one of the great rarities of modern American coinage, proving its worth over and over again at auction.